back on the frame of this truck here. Let's see, I think I'll maybe not. That might make sense. Start at the front. I don't hit my head. Oh my goodness, I need my gloves. Save my knee pads. There we go. That's a little better. Come on. Oh, come on. Almost. Son of a biscuit. So there's that. Oh, you know what? Now's the second hole. Doggone it. I wonder if that trick works where you squeeze the dang zip tie and the stupid thing will undo. She's done the second hole now. Well, how many did? It's the second one. I know it's the first one. Well darn. I was so sure that was the first one. Alright. That should line up. There we go. I can count. Oh gosh. Alright. Let's see. Let's see if I'm smart enough to do it on this side. Oops. Ooh, come on, come on, come on. Should be on that one. Oh dear. Alright, let that hang a little low. And then we'll put one maybe in the middle. I ran out of zip ties. Nice. Oh shit. I locked myself out. Nice. Oh gosh. Let's see. Oh, dang it. I do that every time. Come on, right there. Right there. Oh, I almost threw this thing away, and then I checked it this morning. I was like, you know what? I can get them zip ties on there. If I knew what size bolt I would bolt this on, but I don't, and zip ties are cheap, so that's why we do zip ties. Crap that breaks. Just ripped off. Come on. Let's see, we'll get this one too while we're standing here. Woo! I'm trying to take care of the dang truck while I'm driving it. I'll try. Okay, so I need 3 more. Oh. It's been bothering me. Oh, this stupid dang gum. Freaking weather guard or whatever you want to call it, not being on this truck. Alright. Yeah, boy. There we go. Right there. Bada bing. Bada bang. Did I put this upside down? I did not. Better not be. I don't think that's upside down. That doesn't look upside down with the other. No, it's not upside down. Okay. Never mind. Oh. Gosh, they really. I gotta get some knee pads. Sheesh. That's it. Just tighten these. Alright. Just tighten these other ones. That one was just like new. Better than new. Duct tape and zip ties. That is where it's at, y'all. Ain't no, I mean, can't go wrong with a zip tie. That one. That's good. And that's how it's done, y'all. Oh my goodness. Now I got to go. Now I gotta go clean out all this again. Woohoo! So, anyways. Yeah, the guy's supposed to be here next 5 or 10 minutes from now. Oh. And we'll get loaded. We gotta go to 2 different warehouses. Same customer, but anyways. Probably, it's usually a mixture of a bunch of stuff, but So, anyways, this week we got crap ton of places to go, which is good. It's a good thing. So, anyways, write this down, y'all. I got that dang weather strip back on there. I said I was probably not going to do that, and I did that. So, and the hoozles. Alright. Let me start cleaning my crap up. Got me a new headset too, by the way. Let me tell you something. Freaking love it, man. Freaking love it! Good morning, everybody. I got up this morning and did a pre-trip. Got to the shipper here, and I don't know, the cleaning mode kind of just hit me, and so I just had to like dust everything off real quick and wipe it down. I got my little mini air duster thing, or air, well, it's a duster, but whatever, this thing. Didn't have as much power as I thought it was gonna have, but whatever. Cleaned my floor again, and I feel so much better about my truck right now. So, anywho, when I get to a truck stop, either it might not be today, maybe tomorrow, I gotta clean my windows again because I've got like serious dust on my windows. So, anyways, this week has been an absolute fabulous week for me. One of the well, I'll start with this. I literally came across a new oil. Well, actually, it's not new to me. I just didn't realize how wonderful it was. But anyways, I've recently discovered how wonderful it is, and it's rosehip oil. That is by far, out of all the essential oils that I've used on my skin, probably the most moisturizing and the best for like acne. A lot of people claim online that it's like really good for acne scars and stuff. I don't know. That's still is like, still trying to, time will tell, you know what I'm saying? I'm also feeling the hair clips today. I got literally like 3 of them, like the big one and then 2 little ones up here. I've got that much hair, and it's wonderful. It's a nice problem to have. But anyways, rosehip oil is supposed to be like really good for like really dry skin, or dry hair, split ends, and like if you're, yo, what you got?
You don't want to do side by side all the way down. You just want 1, 2, 1, 2. All
Yeah, stagger. Do two side by side, and then 1 in the center, and then back to 2, and yeah, you got it. Where was I? Yeah, it's really good too. Like if you are like losing your hair and stuff, supposedly. So we'll try. I'm trying it on my scalp, and we'll just. Not that I'm worried about my hair thinning, but I was like, I'm young. I want it to like moisturize my hair really good. So anyway, I put some on my skin now for probably getting close to a week now, and like I said, it is the best. Like I haven't had any dry skin on my face. It's just been wonderful. So anyways, there's that. The other juicy details is the dad to Taylor Swift. If any of you have family members that are like diehard Swifties, apparently Taylor Swift's dad, I think his name is Scott Swift, he I don't think he likes Blake Lively and her husband. There's a former legal representative from the Taylor Swift like law firm, I forget the name of it, that was previously employed there from 2018 to 2021. I'm getting all this information off of Candace Owens' podcast, which, by the way, I'm starting to like Candace Owens' podcast. That chick is so smart. But anyways, she was saying that this woman has now joined the Baldino team against Blake Lively, and Yeah, apparently she was really good at her job with the Swift law firm, and it's not called the Swift law firm. It's called some other name, but anyways, whatever. And yeah, she felt very strongly about Baldino's case and has offered to come in and uh, help him win his case. And so, anyways, I was just like, Taylor Swift's got a fantastic marketing team. She's got a fantastic network around her that of her family, I should say, that they ain't playing. They ain't playing. So, whether you like Taylor Swift or not, you gotta give her credit. Her and her team, they do an excellent job in marketing her. She does an excellent job in selling her music, getting the rights to it, keeping the rights to it, and just like all around businesswoman. Um, I don't care for her political views. I think she's an absolute moron when it comes to her political views. Um, but it seems to be that if you're going to be like ultra wealthy or like ultra famous, somehow you have to be a Democrat, for the most part. Unless unless you get like super wealthy and then decide to change your views to more conservative, and then like Hollywood wants to dump you, but it's too late at that point because you've already got your money. Um, and depending on how you invested it, you probably keep your money too. But, anyways, just a little side thing. I was listening to that this morning before I started filming. I was on my way to work here to this shipper, so I was just like, share that with y'all. So I was just curious what you guys think about that. The other thing is that was really happy and exciting and wonderful, and I'm like, thank you, Jesus. I got a pay raise. And I'm very happy about it. It was a good pay raise too. So there's that, and I was reading the table of contents of the One Big Beautiful Bill. Trump's been like pushing and promoting and all this kind of stuff, and let me tell you something. There is a crap ton of things in the One Big Beautiful Bill, and I don't necessarily care for the section in there that deals with AI. I feel that is incredibly ignorant, and I don't know if Trump is like aware of that in depth, or if he's just vaguely aware of what that entails in that bill. I wouldn't be surprised if there's senators and other congressmen that are trying to slip in stuff, like a pork bill, and Trump's probably in his administration thinking it's one thing, and then come to find down to the fine print it's something else. I don't know. Maybe Trump is just unaware of the fact that this is a very dangerous section of the bill. And I haven't even gotten through the entire table of contents of this bill because it's literally like 12 pages long, and just the table of contents. The whole bill itself, as of May, I think the version I got was back like mid-May. It was like 1,100 and some odd pages long. There's going to be some rollbacks on EPA regulations. There's going to be some rollback or some major reforms like Medicaid. There's going to be some major leases and permits basically for oil and gas, onshore and offshore. There's stuff in there about forestry. I think the forestry stuff is basically one of his executive orders that he's trying to get codified. Because when I was reading the table of contents, there's some of it, to me, it made me think about some of his previous executive orders, because I think at this point in office he's signed like 100 executive orders or something, and he's been in office for like 115, 120 days at this point. It's just June, early June. So anyways, but yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot in this bill. And then, like, on X, one of the Congress ladies that I follow, I really like her. I think she's smart. But, and I guess she gets bombarded with, like, a whole bunch of bills to read. And she's just, I don't know, maybe she skimmed over the entire bill and just maybe missed this little section. But she's pissed off at the fact that the AI section, or the AI portion of the One Big Beautiful Bill, is just is even in the bill. She's like, if I had known that was in there, I wouldn't have voted yes for it. Which I was like, okay. She says, so I think when the bill comes back, because the Senate's also doing some revisions to it, and anyway, when they do that, then I think it's got to go back to the House. They got to vote on it again. And anyways, but there's the no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. The no tax on Social Security, I think, is being reworked somehow, and I have to go back and look at it again. But feel free to go and look for yourself. I'll try to leave the link to the whole bill in the video description. Like I said, it's not like the latest or the newest version. The reason I'm bringing this up is because as truck drivers, I think there's a section in there that's going to deal with like all of the rules and regulations as far as like the environmental impact of us driving trucks. But just I haven't read all of that stuff in detail. I'm pretty sure it's under all the environmental section of the bill, so I would love to get you guys' feedback on that. I don't know everything, obviously, but just trying to bring awareness to it. I think everybody should read this bill. I honestly, I really hate pork bills, and that's what Congress is famous for. I feel like if they would actually work as much as a typical taxpayer making less than $200,000 a year, or even $100,000 a year, there would be a lot more things to vote on. And I feel like the bill should be one topic focused only. Like the situation of AI. Let that be a bill entirely by itself. Yes, there would be a lot of stuff to vote on, but if they actually worked around the clock like we do, us common folks, I don't know. But I feel like, too, we have another major problem, and I don't know how it would ever pass, is we need term limits, like, for real. Because literally, I've lived through more presidents than I have congressmen. And Congress is just kind of like a cluster of little mini dictators we have. They're not called dictators, they're called, our representatives and stuff, but I really just don't feel like they represent me worth a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm being quite honest with you. They really, and the thing too is, if you don't join the good old boy system up there, you don't get to stay in office because somehow you magically lose your seat, and I think that is, the corruption is just insane. It's just insane. And I would also like to say too that here recently in the news, I don't know if you guys have caught this, but as a South Carolinian, I do not, under any circumstances, want to support Lindsey Graham. There's a lot of people who are fed up with Lindsey Graham, but somehow he keeps winning his seat. But anyways, we're getting loaded with about 20 totes of wastewater. We're up here in North Carolina. We're going to take this back down to South Carolina. And yeah. But yeah, so that's pretty much the highlight for this week. I've been listening to just a little bit of news, just a little bit. I didn't realize it, but I have so many podcast episodes that I have missed, and I have weeks like that where I'm like, I just want to hear music, and then I have other weeks where I'm like, or days where I'm like, you know what, I'd like to listen to some podcasts, and I like to get other people's analysis on current events that's going on, whether it's Hollywood gossip or it's political gossip. But yeah, I do think everybody, though, going back to the One Big Beautiful Bill, I do think people need to go and read that for themselves outside of what's probably being reported on whatever news agency or network, and just like see for yourself. And like I said, I'll try to post a copy of it, the link off of my phone onto the video or down in the video description, because I think it's important. It's dealing with our taxes, it's dealing with the regulations. There's a humongous section in there about farmers and all the stuff that they're like the type of loans and how the their acreage is based and all this kind of stuff. And then there's another section. I would probably say so far, and I haven't made it through the entire table of contents, but the second major section would be defense, and it gives you the breakdown and all the different amendments of like how much money's being spent just in defense. But yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about the AI section as well. I don't even think that should be part of the bill in general here. I feel like that should be a completely different and separate issue, but whatever. So maybe the House and the Senate will omit that section and just focus on like major tax cuts and all this kind of stuff. But anyways, yeah, so we're waiting to get loaded. The guys they just started, so probably about 10-15 minutes ago, so we're probably a good quarter of the way done. We get the paperwork signed, and yeah, and so like, yeah, so we got this huge driveway to get out of. So anyways, I got a new camera spin attachment thing, and it's so choppy because like when I turn it, click 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 click, but I feel like it does keep my camera a little bit more stable on the dash here, especially while going down the road. I don't know, it just seems it's built better. But I like the old spinner I had, where it would be like a smooth, panoramic like look around or whatever. So anyways, alright guys, we are locked and loaded. We are leaving. We are going, and we're gone. Woohoo! Good deal. Super easy load. We got like 19 pallets of drums, so about 76 altogether of drums. So anywho, but yeah, we are on our way. We're gonna scoot on back down to South Kakalaki, y'all. So anyways, I will see you guys when I get done with all these red lights. It's fixing to come up. reaching out to her previous owners, giving them an update and letting them know like what's up. But we gotta get the truck situated first, and we gotta do some serious training. So anyways, yeah, it'll all come together. I just happened to be coming through Lancaster today, and I was just like, yeah, this is where Candy's from. So anyways, I love that horse. That's my first quarter horse I've ever had, and she's been an absolute blessing, and I absolutely love that horse. So anyways, all right guys. I am so proud of myself and the fact that I went into this truck stop that has a Taco Bell in it, and I did not get any burritos. So let's see, where am I? Right here. Anywho, on my way to the truck stop though, I was walking in front of all the other fuel lanes, and I only had like 3, maybe 4 cross in front of me. Anyway, the very last one, I looked up at the last second, and I had this trucker coming up, nice pretty green truck, and I looked out and I was like, oh shit. And anyways, there was another truck in front of him, so it's not like he could have drove right all the way through. But I looked up and I was like, oh shit. So anyways, I just we both laughed. He came in a truck stop. He's like, I wasn't trying to scare you. I said, yeah. I said, it was totally my fault. I said, I didn't look. And I said, so it's all good. But yeah, having a ditzy moment. Oh gosh. Anywho, but yeah, it's been nice traveling up here in Chester and Lancaster. This is old area where my horse, I came up here to look and buy my horse. So that was fun. Wasn't expecting that. So anyways, we got our fuel and we are going to exit the parking lot and get back on the interstate. Yeehaw. Alright guys, that is it for this week. Thank you guys so very much for watching this video, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Mwah! Bye! Hey! Hello! Hello! I don't have any treats, I saw we. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Candy? What's up, baby? Yeah. I gotta get you guys another salt block. Yeah. What's up, Brandy? What's up, baby? Hey. How are you? I don't have no treats on me. I sorry. Okay, fine. Disown me. But anywho, I rode through your hometown. Yeah, your previous home. Yeah. Yeah. Said we did an hour-long round pen work last weekend, I think it was. You're so pretty. Yeah, you're so pretty. You got a problem, you don't want to stop, but other than that, you're not bad. But anyway, yeah, we did an hour ride around the round pen. What do you think? What do you think? Huh? What do you think? You do have a pretty head. Yeah, you do have a pretty head. These two here are usually best buds. And then poor Brandy's like the outsider over there. So, anywho. Yeah? What do you think? You think I got treats with this bag, don't you? Yeah, you think I got treats? Anywho, but I'm gonna go out here in this rain and I'm gonna put this this tarp on this bale of hay. I'm gonna try something different this year. I've already had one bale. They've already eaten one bale already, but I've taken them off of one of the lanes to let the grass kind of recuperate because it was, in all honesty, being overgrazed. So the grass was getting thinner and thinner and thinner. But anyways, I just came home and I'm gonna go put this, like I said, I'm gonna put this tarp on this bale. I think it's the second bale for the summer season. So they're not real crazy about it. It's not coastal Bermuda quality. It's Tifton, I think is the name of it. Yeah, I feel good. I feel good. Anyways, but yeah, I'm gonna do that and hopefully that'll help reseed the. You coming to look what I'm doing too? Hopefully that that hay out there will help reseed and fertilize the ground a little bit more. So. This one right here though, this is still my favorite. This is the best horse in the whole herd, in my opinion. Just saying. I'm just saying. You're pretty too. You're pretty too. But this one right here, this one's my favorite. Y'all don't pass words. She's still my favorite, regardless if you have attitude today or not. I'm just saying. You don't want me to attitude today. Who got attitude? I was just trying to like you again. You're moody. See this one over here? This one's a sweetheart. This is why her name is Candy. Because she's sweet like candy. Ain't that right? Alright guys. Oh yeah, and Sadie's still hanging with us. So, yeah. Alright, there you have it. I got this semi sort of jimmy rigged. Got the piece of the old tarp, but still the wind and I think the horses too pushing on it tears up the tarps ever so often. So, but anyways, for the most part, this side, the middle of it's still dry. The outer layer is still wet. But yeah, they're tearing the hay and then it gets little pieces here shred all over the ground. And I've been moving it from spot to spot. And then the next bale will go down here somewhere. And this whole lane here is just, it's overgrazed too. But the first bale, right about there, that I got to come back with the tractor and kind of spread that around a little bit more, and I got to get the plastic wrap. It's kind of stuck underneath the bale, so I can't pull that out by hand just yet. But anyways, this lane over here, thank God it's been raining off and on now for the past 2 weeks, and this grass over here has shot up almost knee high. I got little sprigs here and there throughout. Overall it's still pretty short, but this lane here, I got a little bit of weeds that I'm gonna cut, or I need to cut. I don't know when I'm gonna get to that, but anyways, this whole lane here though is a lot greener. This lane is trying to come back, but I still got horses on this, so the horses would prefer grass this time of year. But I've never done this before. I've never bought hay basically all year long. I've been fortunate enough to have enough grass to feed my herd, you know, some months out of the year, and then of course I buy hay in the wintertime. But this year, because this is really the only pasture I really have is cleaned out, and I can keep an eye on them. They're close to where I'm staying, so this is convenient. But eventually, I'm gonna have them off this field. So, but for right now, or at least they won't have as much acreage here to deal with, to graze on, because I have other plans. But I've got one project that Mom and I are working on, and we got some good news, and so we're going to be able to go into the next phase of our project. And yeah, eventually that's I really think that's going to help speed up the process of all the stuff that I'd like to do here on this farm. It'll take time, but I think it'll be going in the right direction. I really can't speak too much on it, so it's really just kind of vague details at this point. But I'm feeling optimistic. The good Lord has taken care of us and my family, and this was an absolute huge win for us. So, but yeah, other than that, I got my pay raise, and this has been a good week. So anyways, thank God for the rain. It's misting out here right now. So anyways, that's it. All right guys, I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Mwah.